ohun tó bá ti yá kan ò kì í pẹ́ mọ́. ní kúkúrú èdè ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń já yín sí. torí pé à ń retí ẹ̀yin pàápàá nínú ìjókòó ọjọ́ náà. ìyẹn nínú àpérò àpapọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá àgbáyé ọlọ́jọ́ kan tó ń bọ̀ yìí. One Day Yorùbá World Youth Conference tí ó wáyé lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta Sátọ̀dé ọjọ́ kẹrìndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2023. tákọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ ipa àti ohùn ọ̀dọ́ fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ètò orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. The role and the voice of the youth to structure Yorùbá nation. bẹ̀rẹ̀ látago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ America Eastern Time tó ń jẹ́ agogo mẹ́rin ìrọ̀lẹ́ ní UK àti agogo orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tíá. lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára Zoom ni ó ti máa wáyé. meeting ID 839-558-3292 nígbà tí password sì jẹ́ 790545. One Day Yorùbá Youth Conference yìí máa fàmì ọ̀tọ́lẹ̀ ó dájú. àwọn ìlú mọ̀ọ́ká gbàgbọ́ jọ̀gbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n gbogbo ni ó wà níkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà. bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí bàbá wa emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye Yorùbá Nation Leader aka Oracle of our time. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa Youth Leader in all diaspora láti USA. Comrade Olúwamáyọ̀wá Òmíyọ̀ Youth Leader láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. lára àwọn olùbánisọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ náà sì ni Honourable Dr. Isaac Òkèbíọ̀run-Òsì CPMO Director General Dr. Tunde Amsa Assistant Director láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Káyọ̀dé Mọ́là Assistant Director láti UK. Comrade Olayomi Koiki aka White Lion láti UK. Mrs. Morenike Babintin láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Anike Praise láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Engineer Chief Muda Dayo Gúnṣọlá láti USA. Mr. Babalọlá Dàda láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. bákan náà láti ń fàkókò yìí sọ fún ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá gbogbo wípé àǹfààní sì sílẹ̀ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láti jẹ́ aṣojú tàbí ara wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ ẹ bá wà. nítorí wípé afẹ́kọ́wọ́jà ìkárí ayé ní kò pẹ́ kò jìnnà. ẹ lè darapọ̀ mọ́ àpérò yìí live lórí ìkànnì Yorùbá World Media, Ọmọborí Owó Media, Koiki Media, Yèyé Dárakọ̀wé TV, Yorùbá Kingdom TV àti gbogbo ìkànnì mìíràn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ sókè fún ìjàgbara ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i àbí tẹ́yìn pàápàá bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ ẹ bá wà. ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp +234-703-3355 tàbí kẹ́ pè Prophet Ayọ̀délé tí wọ́n jẹ́ Youth Leader in all diaspora gan lórí +1-803-846-1116. Yorùbá Nation Youth Ajásẹ̀yìn ló mọ irun òsì yín lé. ìkéde ń dẹ́sẹ̀ tí gbẹ́ látọwọ́ Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa Youth Leader in all diaspora lórúkọ gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá pátápátá.
Short deal is already a deal. To be precise, let me inform you as we anticipate to see you in attendance in the forthcoming One Day Yoruba World Youth Conference, tailored for Saturday, August 26, 2023, from 11 a.m. American Eastern Time, which is 4 p.m. UK and Yoruba time. Theme: the role and the voice of the youth to structure Yoruba nation. Holding globally via the Zoom network. Meeting ID 839-558-83292 and the passcode 790545. This One Day Yoruba World Youth Conference will be very remarkable and impactful in our struggle, as many high-profile worldwide personalities would be in attendance, ranking from Baba himself, Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, Yoruba National Leader, also known as the Oracle of our time, Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, Youth Leader in all diaspora from the United States, Comrade Olúwamáyọ̀wá Òmíyọ̀, Youth Leader, Yoruba Land, and guest speakers include Honourable Dr. Isaac Òkèbíọ̀run-Òsì, CPMO Director General, Dr. Tunde Amzat, Assistant Director from Yoruba Land, Comrade Olayomi Koiki, aka White Lion from the United Kingdom, Mrs. Morenike Babintin from Yoruba Land, Comrade Anike Praise from Yoruba Land, Comrade Káyọ̀dé Mọ́là, Assistant Director from United Kingdom, Mr. Babalọlá Dàda from Yoruba Land, and Engineer Chief Muda Dayo Ogunshola from the United States. We also want to inform the entire Yoruba youth globally on how to join the Yoruba Nation youth, especially those who have been aspiring to work and support this noble cause of liberation of Yoruba race, regardless of your location. You can contact Youth Leader to get registered free of charge. Don't forget, this One Day Yoruba Youth World Congress would be streamed live in all our platforms: Yoruba World Media, Ọmọborí Oriowo Media, Koiki Media, Yeyedara Kowe TV, Yoruba Kingdom TV, and all other Yoruba Nation platforms. For more inquiry on this program or how to become a member, contact +234 703 717 3355 or contact Prophet Ayodele Ologunloluwa, the Diaspora Youth Leader, directly on +1 803 846 1116. Yoruba Nation Youth, these days dog chases the rabbit proficiently. Announcer Prophet Ayodele Ologunloluwa, Youth Leader in all diaspora for Yoruba Nation Youth.
Aha! Ó yá àkókò tí tó wà yìí ó ìkọjáde àti ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìkànnì rédíò tiwantiwa ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò àti ìwé tí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ tán ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkọsílẹ̀ ètò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yóò máa wáyé lọ́jọ́ àìkú Sunday ọjọ́ 17 oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2023 ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn tí ó wà níkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà ló ń kà àwọn bíi bàbá wa Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye Professor Wande Abimbola Mr. Banji Ayiloge Dr. Abimbola Sonaike àti àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn míì tá a lè dárúkọ wọn tán ẹ má gbàgbé wípé láago 8 àṣálẹ́ nínú agogo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti a ní ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò yìí àti ìwé tí bàbá wa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ tó mọ̀ gbéra sọ lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára Zoom ní o meeting ID 860-789-30578 nígbà tí password sì jẹ́ 170737 tá ó sì máa ṣàfihàn ẹ̀ lórí Yorùbá World Media. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i tàbí fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá ní ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp wa látòrí +353-876-324-080 tàbí +234-803-542-7608. Bákan náà ni ẹ lè pè +1-587-316-8295 níbi ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò tó ń bọ̀ yìí tó ń tìwé tí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ tán gbogbo ènìyàn lápè láì dẹ́nìkan sí. Aha! Ó yá àkókò tí tó wà yìí ó ìkọjáde àti ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìkànnì rédíò tiwantiwa ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò àti ìwé tí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ tán ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkọsílẹ̀ ètò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yóò máa wáyé lọ́jọ́ àìkú Sunday ọjọ́ 17 oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2023 ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn tí ó wà níkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà ló ń kà àwọn bíi bàbá wa Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye Professor Wande Abimbola Mr. Banji Ayiloge Dr. Abimbola Sonaike àti àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn míì tá a lè dárúkọ wọn tán ẹ má gbàgbé wípé láago 8 àṣálẹ́ nínú agogo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti a ní ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò yìí àti ìwé tí bàbá wa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ tó mọ̀ gbéra sọ lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára Zoom ní o meeting ID 860-789-30578 nígbà tí password sì jẹ́ 170737 tá ó sì máa ṣàfihàn ẹ̀ lórí Yorùbá World Media. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i tàbí fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá ní ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp wa látòrí +353-876-324-080 tàbí +234-803-542-7608. Bákan náà ni ẹ lè pè +1-587-316-8295 níbi ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò tó ń bọ̀ yìí tó ń tìwé tí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ tán gbogbo ènìyàn lápè láì dẹ́nìkan sí. Aha! Ó yá àkókò tí tó wà yìí ó ìkọjáde àti ìfilọ́lẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ wa ohun tó bá ti yá kan ò kì í pẹ́ mọ́. ní kúkúrú èdè ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń já yín sí. torí pé à ń retí ẹ̀yin pàápàá nínú ìjókòó ọjọ́ náà. ìyẹn nínú àpérò àpapọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá àgbáyé ọlọ́jọ́ kan tó ń bọ̀ yìí. One Day Yorùbá World Youth Conference. tí ó wáyé lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta Sátọ̀dé. ọjọ́ 16 oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2023. tákọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ ipa àti ohùn ọ̀dọ́ fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ètò orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. The role and the voice of the youth to structure Yorùbá nation. bẹ̀rẹ̀ látago 11 òwúrọ̀ America Eastern Time. tó ń jẹ́ agogo 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ ní UK àti agogo orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá Yorùbá tíá lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára Zoom ni ó ti máa wáyé. Meeting ID 839-558-3292 nígbà tí password sì jẹ́ 790545. One Day Yorùbá Youth Conference yìí máa fàmì ọ̀tọ́lẹ̀ ó dájú. Àwọn ìlú mọ̀ọ́ká gbàgbọ́ jọ̀gbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n gbogbo ni ó wà níkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí bàbá wa emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, Yorùbá Nation Leader aka Oracle of our time. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, Youth Leader in all diaspora láti USA. Comrade Olúwamáyọ̀wá Òmíyọ̀, Youth Leader láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Lára àwọn olùbánisọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ náà sì ni Honourable Dr. Isaac Òkèbíọ̀run-Òsì, CPMO Director General, Dr. Tunde Amsa, Assistant Director láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Káyọ̀dé Mọ́là, Assistant Director láti UK. Comrade Olayomi Koiki aka White Lion láti UK. Mrs. Morenikepa Bintin láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Anike Praise láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Engineer Chief Muda Dayo Ogunṣọlá láti USA. Mr. Babalọlá Dàda láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Bákan náà láti ń fàkókò yìí sọ fún ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá gbogbo wípé àǹfààní sì sílẹ̀ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láti jẹ́ aṣojú tàbí ara wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ bá wà. Nítorí wípé afẹ́kọ́wọ́jà ìkárí ayé ní kò pẹ́ kò jìnnà. Ẹ lè darapọ̀ mọ́ àpérò yìí live lórí ìkànnì Yorùbá World Media, Ọmọborí Owó Media, Koiki Media, Yèyé Dárakọ̀wé TV, Yorùbá Kingdom TV àti gbogbo ìkànnì mìíràn tó sọ̀rọ̀ sókè fún ìjàgbara ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i àbí tẹ́yin pàápàá bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ bá wà. Ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp +234-703-717-3355 tàbí kẹ́ pè Prophet Ayọ̀délé tí wọ́n jẹ́ Youth Leader in all diaspora gan lórí +1-803-846-1116. Yorùbá Nation Youth Ajásẹ̀yìn ló mọ irun òsì yín lé. Ìkéde ń dé sí tìgbẹ́ látọwọ́ Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, Youth Leader in all diaspora lórúkọ gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá pátápátá.
Ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo iṣẹ́ wa lẹ́wà.
Ohun tó bá ti yá kan ò kì í pẹ́ mọ́. Ní kúkúrú èdè ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń já yín sí. Torí pé à ń retí ẹ̀yin pàápàá nínú ìjókòó ọjọ́ náà. Ìyẹn nínú àpérò àpapọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá àgbáyé ọlọ́jọ́ kan tó ń bọ̀ yìí. One Day Yorùbá World Youth Conference tí ó wáyé lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta Sátọ̀dé ọjọ́ 16 oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2023. Tákọ̀lẹ̀ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ ipa àti ohùn ọ̀dọ́ fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ètò orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. The role and the voice of the youth to structure Yorùbá nation. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ látago 11 òwúrọ̀ America Eastern Time tó ń jẹ́ agogo 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ ní UK àti agogo orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tíá lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára Zoom ni ó ti máa wáyé. Meeting ID 839-558-3292 nígbà tí password sì jẹ́ 790545. One Day Yorùbá Youth Conference yìí máa fàmì ọ̀tọ́lẹ̀ ó dájú. Àwọn ìlú mọ̀ọ́ká gbàgbọ́ jọ̀gbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n gbogbo ni ó wà níkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí bàbá wa emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, Yorùbá Nation Leader aka Oracle of our time. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, Youth Leader in all diaspora láti USA. Comrade Olúwamáyọ̀wá Òmíyọ̀, Youth Leader láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Lára àwọn olùbánisọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ náà sì ni Honourable Dr. Isaac Òkèbíọ̀run-Òsì, CPMO Director General, Dr. Tunde Amsa, Assistant Director láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Káyọ̀dé Mọ́là, Assistant Director láti UK. Comrade Olayomi Koiki aka White Lion láti UK. Mrs. Morenikepa Bintin láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Anike Praise láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Engineer Chief Muda Dayo Ogunṣọlá láti USA. Mr. Babalọlá Dàda láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Bákan náà láti ń fàkókò yìí sọ fún ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá gbogbo wípé àǹfààní sì sílẹ̀ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láti jẹ́ aṣojú tàbí ara wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ bá wà. Nítorí wípé afẹ́kọ́wọ́jà ìkárí ayé ní kò pẹ́ kò jìnnà. Ẹ lè darapọ̀ mọ́ àpérò yìí live lórí ìkànnì Yorùbá World Media, Ọmọborí Owó Media, Koiki Media, Yèyé Dárakọ̀wé TV, Yorùbá Kingdom TV àti gbogbo ìkànnì mìíràn tó sọ̀rọ̀ sókè fún ìjàgbara ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i àbí tẹ́yin pàápàá bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ bá wà. Ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp +234-703-717-3355 tàbí kẹ́ pè Prophet Ayọ̀délé tí wọ́n jẹ́ Youth Leader in all diaspora gan lórí +1-803-846-1116. Yorùbá Nation Youth Ajásẹ̀yìn ló mọ irun òsì yín lé. Ìkéde ń dé sí tìgbẹ́ látọwọ́ Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, Youth Leader in all diaspora lórúkọ gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá pátápátá.
Ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo iṣẹ́ wa lẹ́wà.
Ohun tó bá ti yá kan ò kì í pẹ́ mọ́. ní kúkúrú èdè ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń já yín sí. torí pé à ń retí ẹ̀yin pàápàá nínú ìjókòó ọjọ́ náà. ìyẹn nínú àpérò àpapọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá àgbáyé ọlọ́jọ́ kan tó ń bọ̀ yìí. One Day Yorùbá World Youth Conference. tí ó wáyé lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta Sátọ̀dé. ọjọ́ kẹrìndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹjọ. ọdún 2023. tákọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ ipa àti ohùn ọ̀dọ́ fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ètò orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. The role and the voice of the youth to structure Yorùbá nation. bẹ̀rẹ̀ látago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀. America Eastern Time. tó ń jẹ́ agogo mẹ́rin ìrọ̀lẹ́. ní UK àti agogo orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tí a. lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára Zoom ni ó ti máa wáyé. meeting ID 839-558-3292. nígbà tí password sì jẹ́ 790545. One Day Yorùbá Youth Conference yìí máa fàmì ọ̀tọ́lẹ̀ ó dájú. àwọn ìlú mọ̀ọ́ká gbàgbọ́ jọ̀gbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n gbogbo ni ó wà níkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà. bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí bàbá wa emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye Yorùbá Nation Leader aka Oracle of our time. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa Youth Leader in all diaspora láti USA. Comrade Olúwamáyọ̀wá Òmíyọ̀ Youth Leader láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. lára àwọn olùbánisọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ náà sì ni Honourable Dr. Isaac Òkèbíọ̀run Òsì CPMO Director General Dr. Túndé Amsa Assistant Director láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Káyọ̀dé Mọ́là Assistant Director láti UK. Comrade Olayomi Koiki aka White Lion láti UK. Mrs. Morenikepa Bintin láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Anike Praise láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Engineer Chief Muda Dayo Gúnṣọlá láti USA. Mr. Babalọlá Dàda láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. bákan náà láti ń fàkókò yìí sọ fún ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá gbogbo wípé àǹfààní sì sílẹ̀ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láti jẹ́ aṣojú tàbí ara wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ ẹ bá wà. nítorí wípé afẹ́kọ́wọ́jà ìkárí ayé ní kò pẹ́ kò jìnnà. ẹ lè darapọ̀ mọ́ àpérò yìí live lórí ìkànnì Yorùbá World Media. ọmọborí owó mi.
Flight.
All of you miss my
The flight 117. Starr Radio UK.
fade.
And of course, I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
Archie on Starr. Nobody does it better.
Okay, so let's crack on. Well, if it's the first time of tuning in on the Thursday edition of the morning show, what was I going to say a Wednesday? Yes, on the Thursday edition of the morning show, this is how the program goes. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast to follow suit, then the travel. Reliable and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 7 minutes past the top of the hour. Earlier on, we had Owusua. Akosua Owusua will take the glory without tune this morning. Yeah, she's appeared on this show a couple of times with KB Bossman, and that's one of her latest tunes. So you wanted to sample your music for free, get in touch with us and we will do the same. But it is now time for me to take you straight to our North London studios, where I've got my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, all geared up this morning to bring you all that you got to know when it comes to Nigeria. And let me say, Yomi, good morning.
Well, a very beautiful good morning to you back in the studio, Mr. Archie. Good morning to all our viewers and listeners from around the world, and welcome once again to the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And like you said, it is a beautiful Thursday edition, and there's quite a lot going on around the world, but there on the Starr Radio UK network, you can find everything without going anywhere. It is the African and Caribbean radio station in London, and at exactly 8 minutes past, there's a lot to discuss, and I believe that we will start maybe from UK, where most of the diaspora will be waiting for the result of the GCSE, and I'll be telling you more about that. But for now, let me come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie. Once again, good morning to those of us that have joined us as well on the sister broadcast on the network this morning.
Yes, I salute each and every one of you there on the sister broadcast, and thank you very much. Continue to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite the pages. Before we come to the what those of us in the diaspora are looking at as the norm, we just quickly, for the sake of those who didn't listen to or join in or view what was going on Niger Voices yesterday, the BRICS and how Nigeria's involvement and everything is going to be like, especially now that we have in Russia progressing the Wagner chief who is no more, and every repercussions. There are a lot of repercussions that could happen from that. The reliance of the West African states, some of them, on these mercenary forces there and everything. So, in a gist, what was discussed on Niger Voices yesterday, sir?
Well, every Wednesday we bring up, this very fantastic program on the Starr Radio UK network between 6 p.m. local time and up to 8:30. And yesterday, I could tell you, it was a fully packed event, and the purpose of yesterday was more focusing on the BRICS. Why it has taken Nigeria up till now not to be a member of the BRICS nation. Brazil, Russia, India, China. South Africa was just added just about, almost after a year that BRICS formation came. What is BRICS? These are the emerging economy that a lot of us know, but the question then is, why has it taken up till now that Nigeria has not been part of this BRICS nation? It could be for so many reasons. It could be maybe because we didn't have what it takes to become a member, or probably maybe it was just something that it was work in progress. But we do know that the vice president was representing Nigeria at the BRICS summit yesterday. So quite a lot of Nigerians do asking, can Nigeria play a better role when it comes to BRICS nation? But it seems that Nigeria is lacking behind. That took us for more than close to 2 hours. We went back into while Nigeria is not doing very well because Nigeria is not a producing country. We are a consuming country. We have 200 million Nigerians. There was also some data that we picked up yesterday that is also part of what we looked up to when we continue to monitor this government. 40 million Nigerians that are small-scale businesses. The government did promise that it will bring up to only 100,000 of them with the support of 1 million naira. And the question is, can we really think of 40 million numbers and then only 100,000? We're not talking about 1 million. We're talking about just less than, even, not up to the percentage, to elevate those in the small, medium scale. And when we say small, medium scales, it could be anything from somebody selling pure water, or just anyone in Lagos State or in Anambra, in Kaduna, in Zamfara, doing that small little businesses. But it seems that only 100,000 of them will be supported by the government. We went then further into some of what we should be expecting when it comes to those agitating. Remember that, as much as, self-determination is a right, it seems that many of those out there believe that what Mrs. Dupe Onitiri have told them, that the Yoruba nation has been declared, is literally bringing a friction. And the caller called it and say that declaration has been finalized by the United Nations, but there's no document to back such. So the question is, who is giving this narrative that a nation has been declared, and yet not a single country or news agency around the world has picked up a Yoruba nation declaration, according to some of those that are still listening to her. So a lot of reaction came back after that caller, but it was a very depth, full-packed program. And if you've missed that, you might want to go back on the Starr Radio UK network, from the Twitter to the social media, on YouTube and Facebook, and also on the www.starradiouk.com, where you can find more of what took place on the Starr Radio UK Niger Voices yesterday.
Well, so every Wednesday from 18 hours UK time, or if you're in Nigeria, 6 p.m., whatever the time is, yes, that program will be coming your way. It comes your way. Niger Voices with Mr. Olayomi Koiki. We get all the resource persons coming on to give you all the necessary information that you need. All right, then we'll talk about the BRICS later. But now let's come to one substantive issue that is going on here. We migrate to this part of the world so that we can better our lives. Not only bettering our lives by working and making money and putting up buildings and all that stuff, but at least seeing that our children are going to be doing very well. Now, in our communities now, with the results, the GCSE results out today, have you had a view or some information coming from the various communities, Yame?
Well, we have, quite a large African community and Caribbean across different borders, from Sheffield, where I was monitoring that a particular school have 52 different, communities that are represented in that particular school. So let's take it down to Hackney. Let's take it down to, Brighton. Let's take it down to Birmingham. This morning, many diaspora children, I'm talking about those that have migrated to this country and they've given birth, and some of them are becoming even grandparents, will be looking forward to a very good result from their children that have, done what we call the GCSE. We know that, the African children, are very, very, good when it comes to academic. But the question is, do we then have opportunity for them, as much as those back home? We know that as you are going to be getting that result, you are not literally, you can take a short break, you could become, an apprentice. You could even decide that you want to go to university or you want to go to the next level. The question then is, the kind of opportunity, the kind of education system that is here, the question is, can we have the same pattern in Nigeria today? I've been monitoring, what the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, is saying this morning, and it seems already the Prime Minister is also responding. And this is how the Prime Minister, will be expecting the result out of many of our children, this morning. And I'll be bringing that up in just about a few minutes. But in terms of our community, we will be able to give the feedback tomorrow when we are back on the Starr Radio UK. But maybe we might get one or two parents that will be watching us, and they might be telling us how their own children or grandchildren have performed in the GCSE. Like I said, back in Nigeria, when you're doing this kind of GCSE, I took mine in 1995. And like I always say, while we are preparing inside the exam hall, some are outside because there's a kind of exposition that is circulating. But it seems that as many Nigerian children that are also here have studied very hard, and we are hoping the best by the time those results will be coming out from each of the schools.
Well, that is a good one. That's a good one there. But let's digress just a bit on this issue. Do you think that comparing ourselves to the Asian community, okay? Now, do you think that we give the children, our children, the best in education? Because you take, in my area, I'm not sure whether, maybe there's a couple of Nigerians maybe living in the whole area, but not, and then I have a couple of Ghanaians living there as well, but mostly, apart from the whites, the Caucasians, we've got mostly Asians there. And after a program, when maybe I've gone home and the schools have closed and the children have come home, you see them shoving their children back for extra tuition. Do you think that we do get, so you get, I mean, I'm not saying that across board, no, we have top surgeons who are Nigerians, we have top surgeons who are Ghanaians and Caribbeans, I mean, we have, but majority of us, do you think we are able to put enough there to make sure that our children's education, I mean, they get the best out of it?
Well, I think from most of my friends that I've got children, we've got children as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, Nigerians believe in extra, classes, mm-hmm. To support, whatever is being taught in the school. So mm-hmm. yes, I believe that many of our children are not doing very bad, when it comes to engineer, when it comes to whatever sector they believe in, mm-hmm. Because they're getting that extra lesson, whether it's in the biology, whether it's in maths or English. And as a parent as well, we are not too shy to quickly tell friends and family if our children are lacking behind in their education. And I think, we do have uncles, aunties that also have been there to support, because it costs a lot when you're getting that extra lesson for those children. It could cost you up to 300, 400 pounds extra a month. But we believe that, community have been able to come together and also supporting as well. And we hope that more of our community will be doing such, especially those that are struggling at this very particular time when it comes to, the economic and the financial strain on many households in England, Scotland, and Wales. So we expect many of our community, those that can give those helping hand, as long as they are not going to be abusing those children, we got to remember that as well, because the last thing we want is expect them to, making extra lesson, only to find out that they're also having extramarital affairs with some of our female children.
That's true. But we want to congratulate all our children who are here, and those who have come out with flying colors, and those who didn't come out. I mean, in this part of the world, there are opportunities. Maybe you've not got a book head, you've got some technical bit that you can do. You can. Maybe you're a musician. Maybe you can write. Maybe you can paint. Let's get on them. Let's encourage them. Not necessarily everybody has to be a doctor or a lawyer or a solicitor. No. The other spheres, builders. My goodness, in this part of the world, you don't know how much money builders make. When you call one engineer to come and do something in your house, you don't know, it costs you an arm and a leg. So let's encourage them. All hope is not lost. If you're a parent and maybe the children didn't do well at this result, it has come out, don't be angry and calm down like that. Now continue to encourage them. There are a lot of opportunities that they can do well there. Listen, as Starr Radio UK.
Sudak says, congratulations to everyone receiving their GCSE result today, and thank you to hardworking teachers and parents for helping to make it possible. And on Starr Radio UK, we're also saying congratulations in advance to many of our children right here in United Kingdom that are expecting those results later on this morning.
Yes. Congratulations to every one of you. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In our North London studios, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, I'm Archie here in the South studios, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria. Now, we must tell ourselves the bitter truth. The nobleness of our profession is fast eroding. Who is speaking, and what profession are they talking about here, Yomi?
Well, it seems that lawyers, senior advocate of Nigeria, are one of the biggest problems, or probably maybe one of the biggest solutions when it comes to Nigeria. Let's first talk about the 1999 Constitution. You will expect that, for a very long time, we've been talking about the 1999 Constitution, and it seems that nothing has been done almost for the last 24 years of the democracy in Nigeria. The same Constitution is used to take you to court. The same Constitution is used to challenge election that takes place in Nigeria, and the same Constitution has been as biased because it was put together as a military diktat. But the question then is, lawyers are destroying judiciary in Nigeria. This is actually coming from the deputy governor. Sorry, I think I lost that. Let's bring that back quickly. This is actually coming from the deputy governor, Ewurudujoka. What's he saying? We must tell ourselves the bitter truth. The nobleness of our profession is fast eroding. The deputy governor, Lawrence Orobuje, has urged legal practitioners in Nigeria to protect the image of the judiciary. Lawyers must learn how to restrain themselves, because by our conduct, we are reducing the status and the estimation of the judiciary in the eyes of the public. We must know that our profession is on the trial in this country, and this is coming from the deputy governor of Bayelsa State. He also added, we must tell ourselves the bitter truth. The nobleness of our profession is fast eroding, and we have to work hard to redeem the image of the profession. He was actually saying this when the joint delegation of Sagbama and Yenoga branch of the Nigerian Bar Association and the leadership of the Young Lawyers Forum. Even at, I think last week, probably maybe while I was off, some students were protesting because one of their lecturers believed to go under the pants, then get them the right grade. If you don't allow that, you are not likely. And these are, new lawyers that are being prepared. And if already at the university there's already sexual harassment, you can imagine what will happen by the time these lawyers are completing, whatever they are studying to become, criminal lawyers or lawyers to defend as many of the corrupt politicians. And it seems already that there might be a soft landing for Emefiele. I'll be telling you more about that, because from what we are hearing, a former Delta governor and another ex-convict, remember Ibori was there in the UK, sentenced, but it seems that there's going to be a plea bargain. This is now like a scam between this government and the suspended CBN, according to the headline. Former Delta governor and the ex-convict Ibori mastermind a plea bargain scam between the President Bola Tinubu government and the suspended CBN governor Emefiele. This is coming from one of the headlines in Nigeria. Star Radio UK. I'll come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Well, listeners, it is the morning show. Updates from Nigeria, 11:24 the time. Now, when we talk about the judiciary, which is supposed to be the third arm of governance, when we're talking about democracy, and if people lose trust, what they have in them, that I know that when there is a case, when I come to invest in the country, when we are here and Yomi decides that we want to go and set a factory up there or set up a radio station there, and we think that things will take along nicely, and somebody now comes to say things or do things against us, and we want to take them to court, and we know that we are going to get justice from whatever it is, then it's good. But when that particular thing is eroding, then we have a problem, because investors, before they come in to invest in your country, they check for those things, because you might not know, tomorrow something might happen, the land, there'll be a dispute. But if we're not going to have that particular thing, that trust in our judiciary, then we have a massive problem. But what have the judiciary as a whole, maybe the Chief Justice, how have they reacted to that statement at all, if any?
Well, remember I told you that, the AGF has a lot of work to do. We've been talking about it. We couldn't even say much about him, during yesterday, because we focused more on the bricks. Let's go into, what most of Nigerians expect when it comes to the judiciary. We have what they call the NBA, the Nigerian Bar Association, is a non-profit umbrella professional association of all lawyers. And to be admitted into the bar in Nigeria, it's engaged in promotion, protection of human rights, and the rule of law and good governance in Nigeria. You've just given one of the most difficult parts. I remember sitting down in the Nigerian High Commission some few years back, where somewhere in Southeast, a project was almost 80%, and there was a change of government and the change of governor. The governor actually refused to continue with that project, and these contractors left everything. I'm talking about 85% completion, and we've seen that from Ajaokuta. We've seen that from so many projects. The question is, who do you take the problem to? You take it to the court, you're likely not to get the kind of justice, just as we see that justice is not yet being served when it comes to cases like Nnamdi Kanu, that was kidnap rendition. When we talk about so many other cases, when it comes to the human right, the question then is the Nigerian Bar Association being honest with millions of Nigerians that are out there? As again, we talked about the religious intolerance in Nigeria. There's a particular case of a young man that was kidnapped, and the police says we never even issue any arrest warrant, but he's already in court. The question then is he going to get a fair hearing as the case continue in Lagos State, in Ilorin rather as well yesterday? So as many Nigerians, have been subjected to the human abuse from the north to those in the IDP camps that are not being well taken care of, it seems, as the deputy governor says there, we've lost it already when it comes to the judiciary in Nigeria.
Well, if that is true, then we have a massive problem. But listeners, Star Radio UK, put your comments on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, or Twitter, and I promise you one thing for sure, I'm going to read that. Okay, and all the other platforms that we are listening, you are watching us from, just put your comments there and we will do so. Now let's move on to the former Delta governor and ex-convict Ibori. who's masterminding a plea bargain scam between Tinubu's government and suspended CBN governor. What is this all about? What are they going to be doing? What somebody say legal gymnastics are they going to be doing now?
Well, it seems that the issue between the CBN former governor, and that's right there, we've been seeing Ibori, rubbing the shoulder again, back as a one of the big dictator, or one of the big man in Abuja. During Buhari, we never saw much of him apart from within the state level, but it seems that maybe there's a kind of code. You can see the holding of the hands between the president and Ibori, so it seems that they've gone a long way. But the headline this morning says a former Delta governor and an ex-convict, Ibori, mastermind a plea bargain scam between President Bola Tinubu government and the suspended CBN governor, Emefiele. So what do we know surrounding this story that is developing in Nigeria? According to the report, gathered that Ibori, who was himself accused of a multi-million fraud in UK, remember that he still have a case of £100,000 that is about to be confiscated, spent time in prison, is now presently working behind the scene for Emefiele to plead to a lesser charges, and so that we can just get him released. There is an ongoing plea bargain effort by the embattled suspended governor of the CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, and the Nigerian government is being arranged by Ibori himself, who has now become one of President Bola Tinubu allies, according to the report. The report also went further that Ibori was himself accused of multi-million fraud in UK. He spent time in the prison, but it seems that as at yesterday's report, fundamental right enforcement suit filed against the Department of State Services and the Attorney General of the Federation at the High Court territory by the brother of Emefiele have now been withdrawn.
Okay. I don't know how Emefiele is carrying the King James Version Bible in the background. I was like, why?
Maybe out of what he should have done before now, but it seems that he's finding God to find mercy on him now that he's in the dungeon of the DSS.
You see, maybe Daniel's story is praying to God to shut the mouth of lions. Who knows? But well, it's just by the way. Listen to Starr Radio, okay? 11:31 the time. Let's quickly touch on this story now. We thought that the president, when he came to announce the suspension of the fuel subsidy, the palliative and everything, those plans, I mean, so it's not a knee-jerk reaction or we just want to do that, but you want to do that, and then what actions are you going to take to help, I mean, as palliative to help the people? Now, Obaseki is saying that he is shocked and scared of the federal government lack of plan for Nigerians after ending subsidy. But I learned the other time that the government has appropriated some budget to every state. I mean, I don't know whether it's 5 million or something for every state.
5 billion.
5 billion to be used for that, to address that fuel subsidy thing as a palliative.
Bag of rice as well. Wow. It seems that some of the states have been either shortfall in change, or it seems that some of those bag of rice truck have gone missing again. I'll be coming to Obaseki. I was talking about this again yesterday on the Niger Voices. A particular local government in Ilorin was given less than half a bag of rice to be shared among all the communities. I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe they have to cook it and try and get a spoon and get as much out of the cooking pot of the rice. But it seems that the Edo people are not happy, and that is coming from their governor, Obaseki. I am shocked. Not only shocked, he's also scared of the federal government of President Bola Tinubu lack of plan for Nigerians after ending what is called the subsidy. Bola Tinubu, the president, says that we need to stop the subsidy. It is not just right to be paying subsidy, and the petroleum is going to Niger, is going to Cameroon, is going to Ghana, is going to Benin Republic. But according to the governor of Edo State, Obaseki, says palliative deceitful promises to support for the Edo people. I am shocked that people who campaign around the country saying that they will remove subsidy had no clear plans what to do after the subsidy has been removed. They don't even know what to do and how to support those will be victims of subsidy removal. This is coming from Mr. Godwin Obaseki yesterday, lashed out at the administration of President Bola Tinubu, saying he was shocked, scared, that it seems that subsidy was removed, but the people of Benin City are now crying out, as many of the other 35 states in Nigeria are asking what is going to be done to relieve the pressure across the country. As Nigeria remains 130 million Nigerians in abject poverty, that means $2 up to close to the naira to dollar is 900. So you're not likely to get 2,000 naira to feed yourself for 7 days, 1 day a day, according to the United Nations.
It's quite an interesting one. It's quite an interesting one because I'm looking at the monies, the budget that has been appropriated to the various states, and it's 5 billion each. And I was asking myself a question: how can they give Lagos State, which has a population of up to more than 20 million, 5 billion, and give maybe a smaller state that's got maybe 5 million or the same amount, 5 billion as well? I mean, what was the brain behind that the way they dissipated that money?
Remember that the Kano State governor, talked about this as well, some few weeks back, that it is unfair, to how the palliative will be distributed. Some states have enough income coming through in terms of revenue, and the reason why Lagos is doing very well is because they refuse to allow the other ports. I'm talking about the seaport to work, like the Warri port was deliberately, destroyed not to work, just like the 4 refineries. So that means everybody, whether you are small scale business, big time businesses, you have to go through a Apapa port and deliver your container, and eventually there's a lot of bottleneck in that as well. But as many of other states like River State, where there's enough crude oil, but again, what about the other states that are struggling when it comes to resources? We're talking about Gombe State, we are talking about so many other states. We know that some of them also have not been very honest when it comes to the natural resources found on the soil, like some of the states where they've decided that the goal there is for Zamfara people, but when it comes to the tax from Lagos State, and certainly those that refuse alcohol in the north, and that literally means that you can literally sell alcohol in Lagos State, but we only need the money in the north, but you will not be allowed to sell alcohol in the north. So you can see that Nigeria is so divided in different fronts, but it seems that Obaseki is already throwing the stone, and they say when you throw the stone, you're likely to break the glass.
Well, in a glass house, or you live in a glass community, you don't throw stones, but he's throwing the stone. Well, let's see where it lands. Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 11:36 the time. Let me pick one other story, and then we will go back to Yomi for the rest that is making around. The Lagos Assembly has dead Soniolu and has rejected Abayomi, Egube, Omotoso, and 14 other commissioner nominees. Well, how is Soniolu doing this morning, Yomi?
Well, we know that Lagos is an interesting state, that has different. I saw a young man, with a gamma lizard, on his shoulder, and I was wondering what bus is going to stop to pick him up. But as you can tell, you talked about 20 million. Everybody wants to be in Lagos State because there is opportunity in Lagos State, but sometimes it could be very difficult when it comes to the nominee. Lagos Assembly have now confirmed, they've actually confirmed them, 22 Sanwo-Olu's nominees and rejected 17. I'm sure there will be so many other individuals that are lining up. Maybe this 17, we're not sure the reason behind it, but what we know is that the Speaker of the House, Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, who preside over the day preliminary, said that the confirmation follow a rigorous and detailed screening. Maybe this 17 maybe have some kind of baggaging or bags that are not meant to be as commissioner. Obasa commend the committee for its effectiveness and all the confirmed nominees to always remember that they are in the office to serve the people. We hear that in the last 29 years, serve the people, but most of them are now trying to buy a house in Dagenham, they are trying to buy a house in Leeds and Turkey and Dubai, and then they forget about what is the reason why they've been appointed in the first place. However, the lawmakers rejected 17 of the nominees, and you'll be wondering why. Those not confirmed by the House, they have a lot of them in their names, but it seems that Lagos has so many people that they can bring on board. So I won't be surprised another 24 will be ready to enter the slot, and maybe they will find the 17 that they're looking for.
Well, if they will find it, no problem. The resources are there in Lagos State, so why not? All right, then, listen to Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Updates from Nigeria. Let's go back to Yomi for the rest of the stories and what is happening on the social media platform. Over to you, sir.
At exactly 38 minutes past 11, once again, it is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And it seems that, as again, Wike, the new FCT minister, was yesterday saying that it seems that everybody says I've bought a new bulletproof SUV. He was not really happy about it. It seems that they're following what is happening on the social media, just as we are also telling them what needs to be done on the ground. So Wike yesterday brought in journalists and said the 300 million in circulation that I bought an SUV bulletproof, please check that vehicle and tell me if it is a bulletproof. But that is not where I'm going, because it seems that already again, dozens appear killed, others are trapped as Abuja high-rise building have collapsed. Maybe it's time that we refuse to build high-rise building, because maybe we don't have the actual engineers, we don't have actual architect that are going to bring these high-rise building into Abuja and Lagos specifically, because it seems that each time they go up, they're coming down as quickly as possible, and that is also having a big impact. A multi-story building collapsed at Lagos Street in Garki, Abuja, killing dozens of people, while many others have been trapped yesterday, according to the eyewitness who was at the scene. Confirmed this, that the building housed many apartments while the ground floor was full of shops. He said that the building collapsed during the downpour, which started about 11 p.m. local time yesterday, and according to him, there was wheeling all over the place after the building collapsed. So it shows that many people are trapped. But confirming the incident, the Federal Emergency Management Authority said 37 people had been rescued, while 2 were fatally injured. The Director General of FEMA, Dr. Abbas Idris, in a quick release this morning said 37 rescues had all been to various medical facilities in Abuja, while the rescue effort were still ongoing. So again, the question is, do we have what it takes to put out this kind of structure, or should we just say it is time that we stop building them? Gombe governor also decries federal government palliatives, urge people to embrace agriculture. The Gombe state governor, Muhammadu Yahya, said that they have only received 2 billion out of the 5 billion. Again, somebody has cut corners, and it seems that 3 billion has traveled somewhere else, while only 2 billion. I mean, you can imagine 5 billion. All you need to do is just transfer the money to the state, but maybe during the transfer, the money got hung. As one of my listeners day before yesterday said, I sent £200 to First Bank, and it seems that the money has hung. It is only in Nigeria that you send money, and the money hangs in between, and sometimes it could take time before you get the money back, up to 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So it seems that 3 billion out of the 5 billion that was meant to be sent to Gombe State is no longer to be found as we speak right now. The governor, who double also as the chairman of the Northern State Governor Forum, made this disclosure yesterday at the grand final of distribution of palliatives at the Gombe Emir Palace yesterday. Once again, 41 minutes past. We take one more, then go straight to what is happening. Kwara police arrest Isheshe activist in Ibadan and detain him. As we have been telling you that religious intolerance is continuing in Nigeria, another Isheshe activist, Oluwole of Tede, Chief Ademola Olawore, has been arrested and detained in the coronation facility in Ilorin. I was listening to one of the legal representative of Tani Olong, and it seems that he has been beaten up to the extent that he cannot even stand on his feet. It shows that the humane situation in our police station, in the judiciary, is just as mess, and that's why many of us are saying that Nigeria needs now to be looked into, whether some of us still wants to remain in Nigeria as Yoruba people, as Igbo people, as Arawa people, because it seems, like I said, even the police says that we can't have a full confirmation that we gave the reason why it should be arrested. But again, there is now going to be the case coming back on Monday. We'll be monitoring that, and I'll be giving you update on that. Let's go straight to the social media, where many Nigerians seems to be battling it down there, from those PDP to the APC to the Labour Party, and as many of those average Nigerians that are now crying out, especially those that have been brought to UK in the hope that they will have a job, and it seems they are stuck. I'm talking about those from the healthcare. It is already in the public domain that many Nigerians that have now paid millions, sold their properties and everything, only to arrive in UK without a job as we speak right now. So let me tell you what is happening on the social media. According to Neferati, First Ladyship, a full supporter of Peter Obi, our parents were fed lies for so long, and she's actually responding to Pastor Kumoyi. In 2021, Pastor Kumoyi said, pray for Nigeria. This call by Pastor Kumoyi for a special prayer all started in 1986. April 10, maybe Bola Tinubu will be the final answer to his prayer, because Pastor Kumoyi have been calling for the prayer for Nigeria since 1986. And we know that he spoke about a few days ago. In 2015, God ordained Buhari and Osibajo as our leaders. They will deliver. This is coming from one of the headlines. In 2017, God will give Buhari solution to Nigerian problem. And it seems that in 2023, God will build Nigeria through President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So you can tell that our men of God are still believing that Nigeria will survive. Let's now talk about what is happening on the other side as well before I come back again to you in the studio. Again, many Nigerians are asking questions. What is going to happen? Are we still going to have these Niger, ECOWAS, AU resolve, or is still going to be exploding? 50K is the tweet this morning on Bola Tinubu. IPOB is trending on 20,000, and it seems that the Wagnerites, we know that the leader of the Wagner, as confirmed yesterday, was in that particular private jet that dropped down through Russia area yesterday. So let's see why IPOB is trending again this morning. According to Simon Ekpa Akpawara, how and who prescribed IPOB? Tell me why this man should go free. It is time for a communion service. Drink the communion wine with joy. It seems that also the government in exile, when the criminal tell you Simon Ekpa is not IPOB, is asking us to watch a particular video. So quite a lot is happening. African Confidential. You call them IPOB a terrorist group. All you want, I won't stop supporting them. In fact, they have my blessing 100%, as long as their goal remain a total liberation for their people. There's no reason IPOB is known as terrorist group only in Nigeria, and the notoriously corrupt, lawless jungle with no regard for human lives, where majority are incapable of reasonable to them for themselves like normal human beings, and whose opinions are always shaped by the shame corrupt governor running their lives by weaponizing poverty to prevent them from ever rising up against it to break themselves from free. That is the same Nigerian government who rebranded Boko Haram, an infamous terrorist group, as mere bandit, are also rehabilitating them. We saw video last week where some of them are even protesting that they are not being paid the 30,000 naira they are promised, when many Nigerians are out there without no job. African Confidential went further to say, there is also the same neo-colonialist government, and the number one tool of imperialism is Africa, so hell-bent on using its power and influence as the giant liability of Africa, GLA, to preserve the interests of the enemies of Africa on the continent, with his approval along with the fellow stooge in economic community of West Africa tyrant. Well, I don't know why he decided to add to it, of a military invasion of the neighboring Niger Republic, fighting to free itself from the shackles of the imperialism. So promoting the narrative of that kind of moral bankrupt government about a group like IPOB fighting for their own freedom, just like Niger, says more about you than about it. And let's again remind us that it is only Nigerian government from the former President Muhammadu Buhari that hate the Igbo so much that even Twitter has to take him off, for removing part of what he said. And he actually stayed to Twitter as well. 6 months, Twitter was taken off as well. This is also coming from Toyib Adewale Adelodun. You are collecting 10,000 pounds from your fellow brothers and sisters in Nigeria, and you know that you don't have a shift in UK. Later, we all come online and say government is the problem. Some of us are heartless and also greedy, and is responding to so many Nigerians that are traveling to UK in the hope that they get a good job, but not knowing that they don't even have a shift. And so many complaints has been coming onto our desk as well. I come back now to you in the studio, Mr. Archie, on Starr Radio UK Network.
Well, listeners, interesting stories making the rounds there. And let me say a good morning to Pastor Mo. He says, Tinubu must free Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. He's a defender of humanity. Yes. And then Aziz also said, good morning, Star Radio team, Mr. Archie and Mr. Koiki. Well done, Yoruba Nation for life. Okay. Thank you very, very much. And on the various platforms, as many of you who are listening to us on all the platforms, we salute you and we say thank you very, very, very much. But with the Gombe governor, what has he said about this money? Where did the money go? The 5 billion. How much is missing in action?
3 billion.
3 billion. Interesting.
3 billion has traveled.
God have mercy on us. Well, listeners, 11:49. I hope that you brought all that was happening on the social media as well. Did you?
Yeah, we got it. Yes,
we got that was listeners. I was enjoying the whole thing, so I was just missing in there, just thinking of where this money is, so that myself and Yomi we can find it and make sure that it gets to the people.
I'm sure the money is still in the space. Maybe it went with the moon landing.
You got it. All right, listeners. Okay, this is why we have to bring the update to a close. About tomorrow, remember, we're going to be coming your way again and bring you another update from Nigeria. But Yomi, before you go,
well, actually take you to the rest of the program. But tonight, maybe if it's not a stolen money and you are interested in the property hour, join us at 8 p.m. When the property hour is going to be coming up. But for now, I'll leave you in the good hands of Archie when I'll be back again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. For news update from Nigeria, but follow us on Twitter on Starr Radio UK and all the other social media platforms. Have a very good morning. Bye for now.
Bye. Well, listener, that has been Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria. It comes your way every weekday from 11 o'clock. It's part of the morning.
Is off there. Sorry, I didn't even know that my mic is off. Moki, our Esther, Plan B, good morning. And many people probably, good morning, Baba Boye. A very good morning, Starr Radio and all the crew members. Thank you so much, sir. People don't come to Twitter. I can see all the people where they are Igbos. Probably maybe one or two Yoruba people. Because we are not used to Twitter. So people say, Koiki, you are not live. We are not live. We can't see you online. I've told you need to go and have my backup channel. Because we need to push that channel up and it's not going as much. The volume should be out now. It was actually muted earlier. So the volume should be out, Mr. Balogun. So shout out to everyone on our Instagram as well. I can see a little of you there. Yawa Tuluwa Lashe, Yawa Taiwo, Kike Fasami, good morning. All hey Biafra, good morning, my brothers and sisters. As we continue to educate as many of the Yoruba people and the non-Yorubas on the reason why our relationship with Nigeria is not working. But many people don't want to accept the fact that relationship is gone. So many people still believe in Nigeria we cannot stop them. So we hope many of our people will continue to, I mean, if many of my 41,000 followers have followed this page, they will know that we are live now. But unfortunately, only 10 people. If I go live on Koiki Media now, everybody will know that I'm live. It's unfortunate that we have to keep encouraging our people to subscribe to, all the channels, especially so that it can be of benefit. Good morning, Mao International. The backup channel. All right, let me go and get the backup channel a few minutes. Those of you on the TikTok, 1 minute. We're live, but it seems that many people are not aware because they don't know that we are live because they refuse to join the backup channel. When you join the backup channel, it doesn't matter if it's about to face stream. You automatically know that we are live. So let me put that on the TikTok. Oh, okay, now I see where I can flip my camera. So that is the backup channel. Let me pin it there. So click on it, follow it, so that it makes it easy for you. The Biafra, I want they are there. I can see Ifeanyi, my brother there. I can see Shimon, The World, Williams, Afro P, Deprane, Ugochukwu, Ochuku, Okechukwu. I can see Olaniran as a Yoruba boy or Yoruba man. So, follow us on all the platforms, especially, those of us that are agitating. It's very, very important. So let me flip my camera back. Yeah, let me flip it back. Okay, I see where I can. Yeah, now I can see myself now. I think it's better like this. So instead of you seeing, the screen. So if I go live on the Koiki Media now, everybody will know that we're live. But why is it that they're not aware that we're live on the backup channel? It's because they refuse to follow that channel. Mokimba Babakunle Shita. So I've been live now for 1 hour, 7 minutes. But unfortunately, only 11 people are watching us on the YouTube backup channel. The backup channel is WD76 Media. And we also have another one that is only just for short videos, which is just less than 5-10 minute maximum. All this is just to benefit us. We create all this platform so that it can be there to support the movement. So that's why we are live on many platforms. We are live on the Twitter. We are live on Twitter Space. So we are live twice on Twitter. On Twitter Space, I am live. I am also live on the Twitter via the software. And I use OBS for my streaming in case you want to know. As long as you have the right CPU, you can easily stream through that. So when I go live on Koiki Media now, everybody will start coming up quickly and like, where are you? And there's a lot happening. Let us continue to. The world is moving very fast. Tony Ages, good morning, sir. The world is changing, whether we like it or not. It is not the world that we know yesterday. There's a lot of changes that is happening around us, and we must also be prepared for the change. I don't want Nigeria to break. Fine, you don't want Nigeria to break, but Nigeria is not helping you. So the question is, what do you want? I asked that question. What do Yoruba people want? What do the Igbos want? What do the Hausa want? What do Nigerians want? I mean, we're hearing now that many Nigerians that came to work here, they're not giving them jobs. I've been updated with so many of you that have been calling us and say, Mr. Koiki, I've paid over £20,000 to get to UK, but unfortunately, I can't get a job. It's unfair. Is this the kind of life we want to live? Yes, some of us want you to be here. I mean, I'm not going to advise anybody not to travel. If you want to travel, you travel. But I don't do visa and I don't know how you can travel. You just have to find your way how to travel. That's all I can say. But the question is, for how long are we all going to travel? Is it travel? We cannot travel all together. We have a territory that needs our help. The way we are helping all these economy outside, we are helping Asian country, we are helping, I was on TikTok this morning, I was listening to couple of things, some of them are just irrelevant, they're talking about, private part and all this nonsense, but it's fine. Everybody wants to do different content for different reasons. The reason why we are doing what we are doing is because we don't want to do the same thing that everybody is doing. We want to be unique. That's why we become a freedom activist or freedom fighter. Not that we cannot go and do, skit like, what's that my brother's name that does very well, Shaggy, you can see that what they are doing, is entertainment.
I don't want to do entertainment. I can do entertainment from London, and I'll be making more money. I can make people laugh. Everybody can make, I mean, if I can speak to people, you know, as a person, I can go and do skit as well. I don't want to do skit because skit is not going to help my future of my people, the indigenous people. So that is what makes us different. I can go and become, you know, a skit writer. People write those skits and they will be making money and they'll also be making people laugh. I don't want to make people laugh. I want to make you think. That is the reason why we are doing what we are doing. And I think I have a request. If you want to join me as well, please, you know, I can allow you to come in and speak. I'm going to connect my YouTube channel of Koiki Media. And I'm sure by the time I connect now, many more people will join and start saying, Koiki, you're live. But I've actually been live in the last 1 hour. I think I have somebody that wants to speak. Go ahead, Igochukwu Biafra. Let me hear from you. You're live with me. Go ahead, please.
Koiki, good morning, my brother.
You're welcome to the program, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I salute your courage, my brother.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate your doggedness, the way you are going. You can see each and every one of us from Biafra, you know, we join you because we represent truth. We always, not that I'm saying it to raise our image and stuff like that, but this is who we are. We go to, you know, for example, as we are here, because we hear the truth. We share what your media, because you speak the truth, because you reason, because you have a human mentality. You know, you made mention of people from the, sorry to use the word, your social media zoo, because that's coming to people from Nigeria, flooding into UK. You can remember during the time of the election, the little witch called Katrina Light, she was gallivanting, trying to tell Nigerians to vote. You know, trying to tell Nigerians to vote. What do you think? He asked them to vote and take the reasonable ones who think that have certificate. They have fake certificate all over the whole Nigeria. You know, they have stupid certificate of 4 years strike, 1 year graduation. You know, the one that couldn't be able to lay her hand from the school of from their schools, you go to Luwale to get himself a certificate. And they are all flown to UK right now. Why would they give them job when the plan of the UK is to destabilize their place? Why would they give them? Why would they give them a job when they know that the reasonable ones can flood here and keep singing the song of how powerful their Nigeria is? How would they want to give them a job when they want to see them take 5 years struggling to secure one job? Why they can be able to have a better place of their own, a better place where they can be able to have a job, live your father, your ancestral lands, live comfortable, have a police, not off police force, but where they can be able to send for them a police force, get beat up as we are talking about a brother, teach him to coma. Why would they, if we are you, for example, have an opportunity to have a free access of oil, free access of human resources, will you ever want to have such a place to be run by human beings? Of course, the place will be run like with animals. Just like when you made mention of those that are agitating. There is nothing agitating. We are liberating our people because we are not agitating from any human being. Everyone representing Nigeria in any way, even in sports, in government, in abroad, they are all idiots. You cannot agitate from the hands of those lunatics. We are talking about humans here. Look at those that are supporting what we are doing. These are human beings. You are trying to force your people out of the hands of the lunatic because those people press and condemn. People that eat only something that is imported. People that go to hospital, that go to hospital in abroad. Let me give you an example right now. I am working with you in the same company. For example, I am earning the same money like you, and I have a hospital. You are a colleague, and your money goes to my account. You go to hospital, you don't know how to use your own money. Nothing prevents you not to use your own money to feed the hospital for your family people. All your family members go to hospital to my hospital in my own region. Do you think that I can inject them with their brain not to be working so that you keep flowing your money to my account? So you do not blame those people because you should not blame them because they have gotten the opportunity of human resources, free human resources, free resources, normal resources from the place called Nigeria. When you make mention of, look at somebody commenting that he doesn't want Nigeria to divide. What the hell are you talking about? What do you know? What do you know? I want to use the example of Sweden and Norway. They speak similar language. Come here and see all the Norwegian buses is being run. They are all made in Sweden. You You go to Sweden, the Norwegian oil is very cheap in Sweden. When a Norwegian applied for job in Norway, he got a lesser tax pay. He paid less as a citizen of Swedish, as a Swedish citizen. These are countries. Imagine two of them being together. Why don't Britain bring them together and claim their oil? Because they cannot. But they can be able to take oil income from Biafra. They can get the human resources with them. Human resources from Ototo.
They want to take the gas. They want to take the gas from Warri, and then the people in Warri doesn't have gas.
They want to get human resources from Biafra. They want to get human resources from Ototo. They want to have all of you flood here because without all of you, without you all from Biafra or Ototo, British is zero and nothing.
Yeah.
Look at their citizens. When they are YouTube, what they discuss, they are Manchester United, Leicester City, this and that. They have fun. But our own people, what we talk about is the calamity that befall us. I saw one video from you. Somebody sharing half of five.
It's not even up to half. It's not even up to half a bag. Wallahi, it's not up to half a bag.
And the people were shouting. And look at the environment where, and look at the person conducting the people. This is the kind of life they want. And the most of us who are disabled are not happy. It does not matter what you do in abroad. You may be millionaire, but if you are goddamn happy to see your people lavishing in this kind of life, I don't care. Even if it is to do to one people lavishing in this kind of life, if you are not human, I'm not saying that you are animal, you are devil. Devil has nothing to do with this. You are not human, and you don't have the right to look at the stupid man in Enugu State. In 2 months, as a governor with a fraudulent Oluwale document, he has 38.1 billion. No light, no water, no infrastructure. Students are not getting no help. But the idiots require weapons. And the useless new lower commissioner, I don't want to use the word high commissioner of Britain, the lower foolish idiot, the white idiot from Britain, is in my own land gallivanting as a high commissioner. And these idiots who represent the masses will take a picture with them and hang them in the office and telling the people our life is about to change because a white man has taken a picture. The same thing, the one in Anambra State, you call Professor Solujoji. Anyone that gets into power, take a picture with the lower, with the I saw a man giving complaint to a lady called Kotana Life, though she was a lower commissioner. I don't want to use the word high commissioner because I see high about these lunatics. And they had a bad news. The bad news is that we all have been waiting and watching for a party start all this while. But today they have someone like our president, Simon Epa. They have Koiki Media who is ready to expose them. And you are untouchable. Our president is all of you are untouchable because if you do you know what is happening today? If Gaddafi had people like us, he wouldn't have been killed by Obama. By stating Obama as the president in America to use it as alternative. If what is happening in Nigeria today, if we all are not here, they would have just, do whatever they want to do. But today, because we are all here speaking, all is going fine. I mean, real fine. If they want it that way, there have been a long time, they will add M16, non-7 movie. They will say, oh, they are powerful. There's nothing powerful about these lunatics. We are all have traveled from all kind of Europe, east, west. We are not here to brag for them, but I'm here to send a message to them. British, send a message to them that you can't stop us, and we don't need anyone to be in Geneva. A little girls and boys carrying coffee in their hands.
I'm telling you, even if I don't think our people knows that most of these youth, most of these people that make decision on us, they are not even up to 30 years old.
They are not up to 30 years.
And me and you were already 40 years old.
I travel a lot. All over I travel a lot. These people taking decision and little girls sitting in upward trying to recognize 75 million people in Africa with the wealthy resources and great human resources. Look at even their sports in England. Who are there? These guys are taking British documents. The very chairs and all of them, and all of them are living fine. Thinking that but they are all fucking slaves. They are celebrity, idiotic celebrity. You don't even know where you come from. What does they say? All these guys, they don't even know who they are. They don't even know that remove the celebrity in them. I have an example, a few examples. Remove celebrity on them and see how they will treat them. But these guys, they don't do nothing. And some of them were there to do this job, to make sure that they secure their people a better life. But these idiots don't know why they are on top of the world. Yes, they are on top of the world, if I may say. They get good salary, they are shining stars. But some of these idiots, I don't know who, they don't even know who they are, they don't even know where they come from, they don't even know what the ancestors passed through to get to that place before they even got there or reach there at the earlier end. Some of them was escaped from a terrorist attack in Nigeria. Some of them escaped death before they get to Britain. But today, they are just gallivanting in the name of a British citizen. Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. What's up? How about him? So if you have a British passport, thinking that you're on top of the world, you are just a lunatic. Look at how Finland protected our prime minister. These are human beings.
Yeah.
When they speak,
The same thing with Igbo now. They thought even Benin Republic that is small. They thought it will release them for federal government. So Benin is not ordinary Benin Republic.
They stand like the woman and protection to go home. But look at the goddamn Britain. You know why? Because you do not expect me to see somebody who see your father as a fool, as your father as a person who cannot keep his home, build himself a hospital, your father who cannot build himself for his children, and your father goes to hospital to his home, and he expects his children. Because he saw your children as a lunatic. That's why he believes that anybody from Nigeria, a former Nigeria or Biafra who has a British document, they see you as a fool and they cannot do nothing, and no law covers you. When it comes to their law, they come to their law that is supreme, they step on it because they know that nobody will come for you because the rules supposed to come for you have sold out. That is why Buhari will die here, then cover it up.
Unbelievable.
I have to stop here, brother. But thank you, my brother. I really salute your courage.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
it up.
Thank you.
Don't let anyone to change you.
Thank you so much.
The example we Biafrans are giving is that when we flood your face, do you know why we're here? Because we want to tell you that you're doing the right thing. We represent light. We don't go where there's darkness. That's why our foolish brother who opens space want to defend the OP, who go to Chaka Hall to tell them that I can send my people out. We don't go there. We don't go to APC recruited 200 APC youth to come and counter the good people, the liberation of the people. We don't go there, and we don't expect them to give us a mind. We listen to them, we follow them, because we have come to a elastic limit that we don't want to lose our life anymore. For ESN and Liberation Army and the wanted, these guys have to stand for and defend your mother because this is why you are born. If my hand gets a gun, I'm going to defend you. Once I'm back, and anyone going home, if you have an opportunity to have a game on your car, get it because there's no law. You are traveling to lawless place. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you. No, that's fine. That's fine. We appreciate you. And once again, good morning to every one of us. I consider my brother is also taking the mic. He's going to be speaking with us in Fenyi as well. Mokiyawa, Felicia Dagbe, Sunshine, and to my beautiful wives and children, I say a very good afternoon and thank you so much for the support and the love. And also, like I always say, as much as I understand many of our people are very, very concerned when it comes to Biafra, it seems that the friction that has happened in the past, we don't want to take that away from our heart. But in reality, Africa is changing, especially West Africa. Whether the government likes it or not, I don't think they can do anything with Niger anymore. If they tried, it will not make any difference. Even the Wagner leader have died. Wagner will still operate with or without their leader. Well, that is the thing on it. This program is just going to be up to 1 o'clock because then I might come back out later for a proper, program. So we have just about 15 minutes to manage this conversation here this afternoon. And I want to bring our people in because, like I said, I've gone on live on Koiki Media. I've disconnected, and I hope some of them will get the message that they have to come and join us here. And if they don't, that means they'll probably have to wait for the afternoon broadcast. Good afternoon, Babawa Oladunjoye Mufita Otawakin. If I go ahead, let me hear from you as well. If you want to join me as well on the space, on the TikTok, I'll bring you in. But like I said, this program ends at 1 p.m. Mukie Evangelist, Ige Funke, and the rest of you that have joined us as well. Go ahead, Ifeanyi. Let me hear what you have to say as well this afternoon, rather.
Thank you so much, my brother, Koiki Media.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for hosting us this afternoon. I hope I'm coming out clear.
Very, very clear.
There's There's a background noise. I don't know where it's coming
let me take it off. I was actually, blowing some air in my body, but I've turned it off. It's a fan. I've turned it off now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I've turned it off. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
Mazi
sir.
Gochiku, my brother, you're welcome. And the Orali Ren, and the Mazi Prince, and the Williams Ebere, GNK, the Prince, and our own brother, Shulaga, I don't know. This is our Yoruba name. Sometimes it's difficult to pronounce. Yeah, thank you so much, Koiki.
You're welcome.
There's something I want to say based on what our brother has already said. You know why this contraption is like this, and Africa at large? Because if you center it in the contraption Nigeria, you will think that other African continents are actually free of this mess. Why Africa is the way it is because the leaders have seen that the more impoverished the people are, the more they leverage themselves, they leverage on the poverty of the people and live in a luxury life. And the more they live in luxury, the people see it that is the way God wants it. This mentality of that is the way God wants it. That there are people God created to be rich, and there are people God created to be poor. That is the mentality that have engulfed Africa and put us in this penury that we are today. That is why somebody that oil is coming from his land, that has cocoa, that has all the mineral resources in the world, we choose to live in abject poverty, eating from hand to mouth on daily basis, and somebody from the same place is leveraging on his weakness of mind to muzzle everything that's supposed to be spread across to other people, and he will hold it to himself alone. That is why you will see a poor continent, rich continent, but poor people because of our poor mentality. You will see an individual will be selling mineral resources that God deposited in our land to serve the purpose of everyone. And they will sell it to have 100 envoys, to have massive. Somebody will have an estate to himself as his personal residence. Not estate in a place where people are living, will have homeless people. A single person because he's a governor. A single person because he's a senator. A single person because he's a House of Representative member. A single person because he's a local government chairman. A single person because he's one minister or the other. We own an estate, maybe an estate of more than 200 buildings, or 100 buildings, or 50 buildings. A building that is built in acres of land. An individual will say that this is my residence. No any other person. Most of those buildings, nobody is living in them. The buildings are just there. But the pleasure there is that so that other people will see it, and you will even got more terrified. Why they keep you in poverty and remove any quality education and medical systems from you is so that you will not be able to think well. Once you're not eating very well, you don't have good education, you can never reason well. The only thing that will always come to your mind is, how do I survive today? How do I survive the next day? And to keep you busy for the next 50 years of your life. That the only dream that you will always have is how you can be like them. You will never have a dream that this person is doing something that is not right. What this person is doing is something that's supposed to serve the whole people. How do we remove this person? This wealth needs to circulate. Every individual, so long as you're from this space, you're supposed to be enjoying just like him. It's not supposed to be only him. This is the notion. And this is the wickedness they have unleashed on the people of Africa. And these are the things that Oduduwas have said. Sunday Igboho have seen. And this is the thing Ojukwu saw a long time ago. And this is the thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa saw that made Biafrans to say that we will never go back on our freedom. Because it's only on this freedom that will start organically, where people will begin to work for their own people, the interests of their people. That is when anything that God has used to bless our land will work for the interests of the people and not the interests of the outside world. But because these people want to be in good relationship with the West, to keep you down, so that whenever you want to rise to revolt, just like what ECOWAS is threatening to do today, ECOWAS is not doing that on their own. They are not there on their own. They were there because of the West have instituted them and said, okay, so long as you be serving the purpose of the West, we will make you the leaders. And anybody that will be a successor after you, we will know who that person is. You must vouch for that person that will be loyal to the West, to the detriment of Africa. That's why a child, African child, will take the risk of walking the desert to cross Europe, dying in the Mediterranean Sea, because there's no any other hope left for him from where he's coming from. When somebody choose, if I succeed to cross the desert, I will thank God. If I die crossing the desert, is as good as staying back at home. You see that there's already death at home. Just like the leprous men that when the Bible narrated their story, they said, if we cross to the land of the Philistines, they will kill us. But if we stay in the land of Israel, since there's hunger in the land, we will still die. So what we will do is to cross. If they kill us, it's still the same death. If we survive, we will tell the story. And this is what it had been since I was born. When I was in my primary school days, we used to have a dream and chat with other colleagues. We will say that before we get to 20 something, we will be this, we will be that, because all the song that they always sing in our ears at that time is that we are the leaders of tomorrow. But as I'm aging, I begin to see that all these things are not true. That they're not true at all. I'm at my early 30-something years today, and I have not seen any of that dream come true. Which means they are lies. And it will never come true. Since somebody like Buhari, that failed in 1980-something, come back to become a president and die and still rule us for another 6 years. And somebody that is already in his final realm, like Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is already near to his grave, when we have vibrant men like Koiki Media, why we have vibrant men like Simon Ekpa, why we have vibrant men like every other person, but there have never been anybody like that have ever led Nigeria. These are the things that build up to the thing that they already said, that they will never allow us to have control over our destiny. You would think that message of Usman Danfodio is just made for the Fulanis.
Okay,
No.
Mr. Shegun.
This is the ideology of anybody that loves one Nigeria, that is a leader of one Nigeria. They will never allow you to have control of your future. How are you going to have control of your future when you have a quality education, you know what they know, when you are eating very well, you have money in your pocket? That's when you will not even accept their 1,000, 5,000, 100,000, 1 million, because you don't need that money for anything. Your integrity to the highest esteem. Your integrity will become a matter to you. That if you should do this, you will indent your integrity and your personality. But as it stands now, we don't have such thing. Nobody, integrity is not even in the picture. Nobody is protecting any integrity. What you are waiting for is the way you can survive today. And it doesn't matter how you survive. It doesn't matter if you kill your brother and convert his wealth to yours. It doesn't matter if you dupe anybody. It doesn't matter if you eat the money that was used to, they give you contract, you eat the contract money. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters to the people of Nigeria is that they survive. And in the nearest future, you will see people will start eating their brother and their sister in the street. And this is where Africa is going. If we, the present generation, the young youth of Africa, will not rise up to chase out these old men that have lived all their life. Many of them lived all their life in affluence. I could still remember vividly the message of Bola Ahmed Tinubu that Nigeria is not a country we never work. Many years back. But today he's a president in the same country that he have already condemned. He foresee that this place is a contraption. And many have said this. Many Nigerian leaders have come to a conclusion that this place are never built to survive anyone. But what are they doing about it? They will never do anything about it because it favors them. It favors their criminality. It makes it possible that you will loot as much as possible and nobody will checkmate you and nobody will bring you to book. You guys even went to the extent, they even went to the extent to enact laws that will make it possible that it doesn't matter how much you steal, nobody will bring you to book. That's why somebody will steal like 1 billion naira, 100 billion naira, and you'll be cruising the street of Lagos, cruising the street of Abuja, cruising everywhere. So long as you are in good relationship with the powers that be.
You know, as you are saying, I'm just watching 1 minute fine. As you are just talking, can you hear me? If I can hear me.
And if we continue like this, if those that say that they are patriotic Nigeria, I pity them. Because what is coming in the nearest future is something they can never contend with. And we, the Biafrans, Oduduwa that is heavily led by Sunday Igboho, we are not going to sit back and watch our children go the same trauma, that because it's still a trauma. Me waking up to see myself as a Nigerian is a trauma. And that's why I will do everything it takes to see that my identity, which is Biafra, is restored. Because I was never a Nigerian. Thank you so much, my brother Koiki Media, for the wonderful opportunity given. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Everything that you do and your courage for speaking out in the midst of controversies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fine. I was almost even going to quickly interrupt you while you were speaking because I was on Twitter. This was posted just 20 hours ago. I think a skit guy was not allowed to record his skit in Lagos until he transferred 300,000 naira. This is what we are saying. I mean, if the society was working, it would have probably even paid that money to the council than to the Agberu. Because as far as I'm concerned, these are Agberu people. So when he even paid the 300,000 naira, how does that have any impact? I could see the guy with a very sophisticated camera, but they didn't allow him to do his skit until he has to pay 300,000 naira. And I'm now reading the comment section, and somebody says, when I was still working at a TV station as a reporter, each time we went out to shoot, we were always asked to pay. These useless boys on the street would ask for an outrageous amount of money. Most days, we were chased out like outcasts. Somebody is now asking, when will it stop? It cannot stop. These are part of the problem that many Nigerians don't want to accept. Because how would somebody wants to do a skit? Okay, the worst case scenario is if it was meant to be a system that is working, you would have, I'm coming, Mr. Olaniro, you would have the government that would eventually ask the local government to take care of that area. So the local government would then say, okay, you want to do skit in Oshodi, no problem. You just have to fill a form. You must have insurance. That is why insurance is important. For me to sell in the car boot market, which is equivalent to many of you that are selling in the market in Lagos State and Anambra and anywhere, you have to have insurance. So that in case maybe your equipment dropped on someone, even me as a journalist, I have insurance. So that when I go out there, my tripod fall on somebody, I can be able to take care of that person. Now, Everybody's asking, when is it going to stop? When we are telling them this is the option, how it's going to stop, they tell us, no, it's not going to happen like that. So everybody will be affected one way or the other, because the guy that is making the skit is not just making a skit, he's making money out of it. So he must pay the local government that he wants to run the skit, if that is going to be the normal due process. But unfortunately, Nigerians live in denial. I can go out and do a skit, but even to do a skit in the UK, you also have to have some kind of procedure. There must be ethics. But everything goes in Nigeria. Go ahead, Mr. Olaniran. We have just 31 minutes to manage this broadcast. Like I said, it seems as many of our listeners on Koiki Media have not really got to know that we have a backup channel. And as long as they know that, it will help everybody, because I've actually gone live there for just a few minutes. And I've told them that we are live here, but it seems only few have joined us here. But that's fine. Go ahead, Mr. Olaniran. Let's hear from you. Under 5 minutes, I'll stop you as well. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I greet everybody. I greet Mr. Quick. All in Biafra. Where the governor no owe anybody nothing. That's the president no any of the citizens no owe you anything. Even the king and the elite. You are just a simple slave. Like you're just a slave. When you say they use you, the citizen will use the citizen, they will use to exchange for the materials from the European terrorist people. Now what's in them think, what's in them have for their mind that? Well, I will just talk more at least for entire waiting. I'm gonna start from here. In those days when the European terrorists will come here, so that we'll just start from here, so that because I like make at the top matter from the root, from the cause of the problem. So because what I just talk now, I say all the way the governing the country, they no own the citizen, no, they don't owe you anything, because then they don't talk back for their mind saying you are just a slave. So analyze this take up. So that time when the European people they come from here, when that time when the European people they come here, they come buy when the way they come change nonsense materials with the king and the elite them. So if they buy slave, then go name the slave, then get right automatically. Once them buy the slave, they get right to name the slave who they won't give her. So and they can't say they are brainwashing the work. And but with them buy the slave, they have to force the slave, they have to force them to do their work for them. So therefore themselves no get peace of mind, they don't get peace of mind. So because of this, many people they die. So like if you buy slave now, if you don't have many, maybe you can put fire to your house only because inside their book don't get right to live. Only because of they won't work for them. That's why they go allow you to live on earth. So if the slave know this kind of thing, you can put fire for the master, for the terrorist master out and burn everything down. So because of this, there is one man where among the European terrorists who discover how brain take they work that those days. He discover say you don't need to force all these people where they cause pain. Just to manipulate, then go do everything what you want for you. So and they remember saying that the same tactics they use for the king and the elite before they start to carry gun, give their boys when they go fight their neighbors to bring slave, come to them, kill many people. Anyone who bring and come, then use their shame for the European terrorists. So now they come sign terrorist agreement with the terrorist king and the elite them. When you say the elite, they don't know what's in for inside the agreement, but the elite, the king and the elite, they don't know what's in the agreement where they sign. It's like they don't carry the whole land, both Yoruba land, Hausa land, Igbo land, all the king and the elite will sign the agreement. They don't say that they carry and it's like they give those lands to the European terrorist people. So because the European terrorists they don't believe they don't conquer the whole land. So now, as they don't sign that agreement, so the European now can't get power to name your territory, the three territories, to give them name as just like that slave. Where you say if you give them any name you want. So they give them that they can't give your territory, the three territories, they give them Nigeria. So which is for their own language to show say them it's like them buy the land. But I don't know who they buy the land and the weddings. I don't know who them pay. So they say they pay the king and the elite, but how can you buy a human being with paper money or materials to say a day for their land? Because now all the thing when you use they do a change for the king and the elite them now from our land here, and then now from here you can go your place, go more than you want more than before you can come back here. So that will not be they don't buy anything, they don't colonize anything. That is terrorism. Then terrorize us. So and the king are the elite, they back them up. When they back them up now because they no one stop. Some of them will even want to stop the terrorist business recently. The politicians they tell them say if they stop the European terrorist people they will come our land, come kill everybody if they stop the terrorist business. So now when we say the king and they no one to stop this terrorist business. In the Yoruba land, the best way we have to stop listening to those king and so that we can find our own way because we are not slaves. Now them now we put them as kings to keep our record. That if we get problem, we can come here and settle our problem for like we get one people we say if we take the settle our problem. That's why they become king. So they can't say no. They turn us, they turn us to slave. I don't know how human being will get the same two and the same two legs. You go tell the same human being will get the same way to get say you with the slave. But they say the material they don't burn you burn the earth here. They burn you on top of this earth here, and at the same time they burn all of us here. And nobody where anybody pay paper money. You know pay the creator who create everything. Those paper money. We pay ourselves. So you if you can't tell me because I say okay you stay there we usually do thing you can't say me so therefore me I become your slave because if you check the meaning of slave no get right to live for life unless you go work for your master. If you no go work for your master then you go and die. Now so you dey for inside their so therefore any king will agree with them when no one stop which the king automatically the king is thief, terrorist, criminal and terrorist. So now the way we have planned now so we take do it. But I think it's be now it is difficult small but me as I did for here I will start to put all these things out when this everybody will see them. And when everybody see them I will see how if everybody there away I will come see how our brain whether our brains will work normal or is get problem because those time they use when they do the slave trade business. Anytime when they want carry slave go to abroad, then we give them brainwash chemical inside. At that point of no return, that same chemical they say use that today, and they put them for inside food, inside water, inside this. They call them different name. We say different kind of name. We say people don't understand what they do and they lie. Say that's also work they do, which is lie. So now that is the work of the terrorist European people. So now until we liberate ourselves, that's the come up from this from the balance now because let's pull any person I can't go station. They will arrest you. They will leave people and arrest you. So make I just stop here.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Once again, we are just less than 20 minutes to checking out of the transmission. I'd like to appreciate everyone that have joined us. I'm just while the brother was speaking, and I'm still going to give the other two speaker, the last 3 minutes to speak before we wind down completely. I was just reading some of what is trending on Twitter. You can hear Edo State Governor. We are shocked and scared of the federal government lack of Nigerian after the subsidy removal. I was also reading about police arrest internet fraudster over burying newborn baby in Rivers State. The question is, I'm sure this individual now, when they tell them to support Biafra, they're not going to support Biafra, but they want to have money. They want to do ritual. So they take a newborn baby and bury that baby. Mokin Comrade Shegun Ono. And you can tell that it just goes on and on and on. I was reading another one as well. Lagos State. This is coming. Tinubu government distribute few cups of gari to Nigerians as full subsidy palliatives in Lagos State. I mean, Lagos State that has huge amount of wealth that could sustain as many people, in Yoruba land. But unfortunately, it cannot even sustain us, not to talk about sustaining Nigerians. But they take money from Lagos State, they take it to Kanu, where there is what we called, Sharia system that is operating there. Nigerians, are not really ready yet because they are hoping that part of what we are saying every day will not be fruitful, will not come true in terms of the problem. I'm not talking about the realization of the Yoruba nation or the Biafra or the Arewa or whoever wants to go. So many Nigerians are like, maybe just one day, what you guys are saying that we will have a government that will favor us. So they had that dream, that vision during Buhari for 8 years, dead or alive, like I always say. So their hope and their expectation is that Nigeria will survive. Nigeria will be fruitful. Yes, like I always say, there are individuals that are doing extremely very well, but they cannot live the kind of life that we are living. And I'll give you an example. Anyone that has real money, I'm talking about legitimate money, cannot travel on their own from one state to the other without having a personal security that can go with them. I can decide now and say to my wife, I just want to go to Manchester. Number one, I don't have to drive. I could just get the train ticket and then board the coach if that is what I want to go with, or drive. And I will not be concerned that I will be attacked along the route or I will be killed by anyone because of either the kind of vehicle I was driving or because the kind of way I look when I board that train. Whether I'm putting on a dreadlock, whether I decide to put on a military outfit. Imagine the West that we are living. That should even be sending signal to Nigerians. I'm putting on a full camo that has even the brand of Koiki Media on it. So if I can wear these in the West and it means nothing with my full hat, those of you on Twitter space cannot see what I'm putting on, apart from if you're able to see from another screen. I'm a Kulex. Good afternoon, sir. So if I can dress like these in the West, and the same West told us that we have democracy, and we cannot dress like that in Nigeria, because dressing like that means that you are either infiltrating the military. But if Nigeria was truly what it's meant to be, we should be proud to be even putting on the military outfit. But because the system was not designed for me and you, so the system is designed for me in the West, whether I live in Europe, in America, in Asia, to put on a military camouflage. Even in Turkey, you can put on a military camouflage. Not to talk about, you imagine in Turkey, you can still put on a military camouflage and nobody's going to stop you and say, hey, come here. Why are you putting on that for? It's not meant for you. So you can tell that many Nigerians are not yet getting the message. They are probably looking at the smaller picture that because they are upset with Igbowo, they are upset with the IPOP, they are upset with some of the people of Arewa that believes in the freedom. So they are hoping that one day I might just be part of that little leeway to become part of the government, whether from the state level, the local government. And if you're even lucky to know somebody like Wike, and you can just carry Wike back, you are likely to make money. And I'm not joking. People that take picture for them, they make some little bit of money, whether genuine or ingenuine. Yes, you can still make all this money. You can still become somebody. I was listening to, the economics guy on Arise yesterday. We played it during the Nigeria Voices on Starr Radio UK. 40 million Nigerians today are doing small-scale businesses, but Bola Tinubu says he's going to support only 100,000. So the question is, he's not even talking about 1 million, so that we can be talking about what happened to the remaining 39 million people. The private sector cannot help you because the government is not helping the private sector when it comes to policy that will help the country. And we are saying that let us relook all these. But it seems that everybody is now like, oh, we are tired now. We will just maybe wait and see. Maybe there will be something that will come out from the election tribunal. Maybe something will just happen and then it will bring a rerun. Do you think that Tinubu is stupid? He will want a rerun. He will do everything to make sure that a rerun doesn't happen in Nigeria. And even if it's going to happen, Tinubu is already ahead of the game because APC is in the power. So that literally means that even if there's a rerun of an election, it will still be rigged. An election has been rigged since 1959. So this hope that Nigerians are having that there's just one day it will happen, that one day it will eventually become fruitful. But that will never be a one day. The one day you are looking for is fading away every blessed day. So you have the last 2 minutes. I'll start with Ugochukwu. 2 minutes, and let's say 2 minutes because I have 15 minutes, and at exactly 1 p.m. local time, I will disconnect all the broadcasts. And like I said, thank you so much to those that join us on the backup YouTube channel of Koiki Media. But it seems that the rest will have to watch a repeat because I will download this later and I will upload it on the Koiki Media. And if you have the opportunity to listen to this on Koiki Media, we are telling you again, go and find WD76 Media as our backup media where we've been streaming on the 24th of August 2023. Go ahead, Ugochukwu. You have 2 minutes again.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for the great work you are doing for every good people of this of that part of the, including Biafra and Oduduwa. You know, as I may say, you know, about what you read a few hours ago, a few minutes ago, about the Nigerians saying that they're giving a palliative 2 cups of garlic. You should not, they should not even complain about that, because when the governor that about the sourcing or whatever, you know, for me, if you see the way I speak when it comes to these people, it irritates me to talk about them because there is nothing good about these people. They are just a disgrace for human race. These people are just, I don't know those, if there are the normal human beings who go out there to vote for these people, and some of them use dogs and guns to snatch mandates of the people, which each and every one of us know about it. So I don't believe that they were elected, and there's no reasonable human being with his right sense will elect such a people who does not know their left from their right, who will elect people that don't even know that their people need a home. They are youth, like the one they say is burying a baby. I'm not saying right, but these guys, some of them, if they have a job, have a support from their government, they, you know, when in the time of their school, they get everything they need. None of them will go out there getting themselves involved with Yahoo or whatever, you know, or whatever they may call it, or trying. These are hardworking, young, vibrant youth. Their brain they are so smart. So when you're able, even before they're able to manipulate people from around the world, you should know how smart these kind of guys will be. Trying to go and use some voodoo or juju or whatever, doing a big baby, you will see how level that the people that stole their mandate, because I believe they never vote, they never go out there to vote. The people that stole their mandate with dogs and guns have pushed them to that level. It's just like my brother Ifani, when he was speaking, he made mention, you see somebody will have a estate, just him and his family, and even this criminal, their family are not living home. Some of them pay 40,000 pounds in university. You are aware of it in UK there. Some of their children go out to buy Japan for 10,000 pounds just to impress a white girl. At the end of the day, their father that is about to go to grave is reserving a criminal organization called Nigeria. The message I'm trying to send to those that who don't know about this, or you're listening for the first time, or you're gonna listen later on this, try to understand that there is nothing like Nigeria, and there is no how Nigeria will ever better your life. The only way out is for you to one nation of Biafra, the United States of Biafra, where your brothers out here. We are not speaking about Biafra to come and take oil. We are speaking, some of us are speaking just to bring back what we have home. With some of us will be, you know what we keep it going? To establish a company that will employ 200,000 people to support my government, which each and every Biafra all over the whole world is their desire. in our land to get name or whatever. I don't want you to know me. I want you to know me when I will give you a job that will enable you to help your family, that will help me to help my government. So the point here remains that Nigeria breeds criminal. You have to be a criminal to be wealthy. And when you are wealthy, when you are wealthy in Nigeria in a criminal way, you are being celebrated. As you say, there is no how you can be rich in a good manner. You need a security to walk around. In which part of the world such a thing, a normal human being in this nature? If you that is wealthy need a security, what about the young students? Children from 15 years down to 6 years. How are they going to move? What a guarantee that their organs will not be harvested. I saw the one they call Brigitte or whatever they call him. I don't know. He was when Tinubu and that got the criminal child of Zoological Republic of Animal, the monopoly bastard, the just idiot of Africa, was trying to introduce him that he's coming to make a healthcare for you guys. Healthcare, and he don't have a hospital. So my people, listen to Koiki Media, listen to Biafra Media, put your hope in Biafra government in that time and in one part. These people are bringing a life you have never dreamed of. The life that you saw, the life that you have always dreamed of. This life you see in abroad that you want to take a visa, that they have to frustrate you in embassies for you to go now and take extra 4 years in pain to achieve a little life. This one you're gonna bring it to your domain. Thank you, Koiki.
Thank you so
my
much.
brother.
Thank you so much. And let's now go straight to Ifeanyi. You have the floor for 2 minutes. We are now just 10 minutes, so let us manage it. Like I said, we want to end the broadcast at exactly 1 p.m. And that means we have just 10 minutes left. Go ahead, Ifeanyi, the next 2 minutes, because I have a learning round that will share 2 minutes, and then we're going to bring the program to an end. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my brother Koiki Media, for the opportunity and the privilege to be with you here on this Twitter space this morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on your time zone. In my closing remark, I will say, just like the space that I just scheduled, it is only an illusion that will make you think that tomorrow in the Nigeria construct will be better. That somebody will emerge one day in your dream and he will begin to make Nigeria better, and you become a true citizen that you ought to be, as you see whenever you travel outside the shore of Nigeria. I want to tell us, and anyone Nigerian is that is listening or that will come across to listen later, because this is a recorded space. You will never, and you can never, and you will never be a citizen or regarded as a citizen, treated like a citizen in one Nigeria till you die, till your children dies, till your children comes and go. Nigeria will keep on treating you as a slave, because the name Nigeria is a slave name. You are just like a dog. Somebody can go to the market, buy a dog and give it a name, and any name you give to your dog, that is what it will answer. So the more you say Obi will come and change Nigeria, this one will come and change Nigeria, yesterday will always be better than tomorrow of Nigeria till eternity come. The only thing that is the solution is Biafra and Oduduwa nation. Get this, like it, hate it, it is the truth and it remains the truth till eternity come. Thank you. As you know this, you will know peace. You will fight to liberate your people from this contraction. Thank you so much. This is my epiphany. This is my submission today. Thank you once more, Mazi Koiki Media. You are Mazi now. Mazi Koiki Media. Looking forward to see you. And there's a program that I'm planning on. When I'm ready with it, when I'm done with it, I will inform you on the date so that you check if it's okay by you.
No problem.
Then the flyers will be out.
No problem.
Thank you so much, Koiki Media.
Thank you so much.
Continue the good job.
Thank you so much, Ifeanyi. Now we have Olanira to take the floor. Please, let's manage it. Like I said, we don't want to go because I'm still coming out again, so I don't want to burn all the energy. We want to reserve the energy for the next program that will be coming up probably late in the evening. Go ahead, my brother, Mr. Olanira, and let's hear from you. 2 minutes, please. We are now 7 minutes to the end of the program. Good morning and good afternoon, Mr. Ellen, for joining us on the backup channel for those of you, and Mr. Kende Oseni as well. If you're going to be watching this program on the backup later on, if you're looking for it, it's WD76 Media. It's just there, just in case Koiki Media have some problems with YouTube. You can always find us. You can always find us right here. Thank you so much to those of you on the TikTok. We appreciate on Instagram. We love you all. Go ahead, Mr. Olaniro. You have 2 minutes now.
Okay. To cut long story short, if the European terrorist British will can't give you name Nigeria, if they be terrorists where they don't terrorize many countries, many in Africa here, where they don't terrorize them, and we be saying so the European terrorists people can't give you African people name black, and the name Nigeria represents that where they get from mind. So what they people they call themselves Nigeria, what did that one make them? Which means anybody at this point now, anybody who will call himself Nigeria, now criminal, thief, and terrorist, because that name is not, it don't get any meaning for our language. So if I say I know be Nigeria, they can't say, you be madman, who you be, you are in Nigeria, which country you can belong to. So I will tell you, Ogun State don't they exist before start. Nigeria never passed. Let me give them 100 plus. Never passed. Ogun State don't they exist since like 2,000 years, more than that ago. So if you say you be Nigeria and me I tell you I will be Nigeria, the way I will tell they look you will be thief, criminal, and terrorist. So from now on, anybody way there on my front. Even though if I don't talk out, you say you be Nigeria, I would always look at with like you are a thief, criminal, because now what you be that because you don't want to know the meaning of that name, and you don't care to know, and even though you know, you just want to stay there because you be thief, criminal, and terrorist. So now what I just want to talk with that. So make everybody know. Say anybody who call himself Nigeria, you are a criminal, thief, and terrorist. So now what I just want.
Wow. Thank you so much. We love and appreciate all our listeners and speakers. Some people don't want to speak, but they want to be there to listen. And we know that we have different listeners, even from the north. They do listen. They probably just change their names to Igbo names and Yoruba names. I don't know why they don't want to keep their own names. We love humanity. And we respect humanity, and we respect everybody's views, even those that disagree with our own views for the dissolution or disintegration or breakup of Nigeria. Some people don't like me using that word breakup, but whatever your take is, we love and we appreciate your views. But you just need to sit back and ask the serious question. Do you want your own people under whatever ethnic the group you are in Nigeria? We have 351. Don't you love to be as small, but as small, powerful, or as small and work with maybe other ethnic groups in the nation? Because we know that all these other countries, some of them are small, but they are working with each other. You look at the GDP of Norway, you look at the GDP of Denmark, they are helping other smaller European countries. But me and you were trying to get our way into those countries. And the first thing is we have to go and learn a language. Because if you're not in UK, you are likely to learn a language. If you're not in America or Canada, all other countries, especially the Scandinavia country, you will go and learn a language. So we agree with your view. We don't disagree with your views. But the question is, do you think that Nigeria can work? Ask yourself that true question. And if you think Nigeria is going to work, how long do you think you need more for Nigeria to work? And I'm sure if you can find that answer to that, then you will definitely resolve whether you want Nigeria or not. Ask yourself, your age today, how much more? Again, to the Yorubas, Tinubu ba ti ṣetán. We know that they're not going to give it to the Igbos anyway. I've said that so many times. Tinubu ba ti ṣetán. All these flenge, all this enjoyment we they enjoy for Abuja, it will end. Whether Tinubu does the 4 years, that is if the country still stay together, whether it does 8 years. But at whatever point Tinubu complete his mission in Abuja, It does not matter how, Mokimomiwa Oreoluwa, thank you so much for joining us. A very brilliant, I'll be coming back later when we will have more program properly set up. This is just the Star Radio UK that I do that links us to where we are today. So, and I didn't do my morning lecture, so I thought I'll do extra 1 hour. So, Tinubu will finish his tenure. And then what happened to Abuja? Abuja will become the north again. Sheru Yelafe Abdullah, thank you so much for joining. I don't think we want that. We want a system, and it's not difficult. Look, when we say we dissolve the country, we will make sure that everybody interest, whether you have a business in the southwest, it will still be protected. Whether you have a house, that is if you're allowed to build a house, because people say you're not allowed to build a house and buy property in the southeast. But at least we know that we have some Yorubas are there. They will still protect our interest. The only difference is that we would now have a new brand policy. Biafra, we have their own ambassadors across the world that they want to go and represent. Yoruba, we have their own ambassador. Instead of me having a Yoruba ambassador that I cannot even reach out to in London. So these are the real question. This thing doesn't take long. But the reality is our Yoruba politicians, the Biafra, the Igbo politicians, the Hausa politicians, the Middle Belt, they don't want that. They want this same, for 4 years, for 4 years, for 4 years. And it is not going to work for every one of us. So once again, thank you so much. Have a very beautiful afternoon, whatever you are doing. I will try to be out again. I cannot give a time, but we will be out on all the platforms then. But for those of you that have not really joined the backup channel of YouTube of what we are doing, then you must be on Twitter so that you will catch up that Koiki is live. There's no way you don't know I'm live when I'm live. If you're serious, I try to go live on all the platforms, especially Instagram and Twitter, because I know those places you will catch me live. So you can follow us on those platforms at Koiki Media. It's all one word. I do not do visa to UK. I do not do visa to Europe. I don't know how to do visa. But if you get to UK, I can pilot you. I can guide you. For 25 years, I've lived here. And if anybody's talking to you behind and say, I am Olayomi Koiki, I don't have a Nigerian number. I only have a UK line. And I am the only one that has access to it. Even my wife does not have access to do what I'm doing because she cannot, want to know what I'm doing. She's not interested in me with my phone. She just wants to know that I am doing what humanity asks me to do. I would not send message to you on Facebook Messenger and say, I need money. If I need money, I should not be shy to come out and say, support the media. And when those of you that say we are doing this because of monetary purpose, Channels Television is getting monetization on their YouTube. Arise is doing the same thing. Al Jazeera is being sponsored by the Qatar government. That's why you can see them all over the place. So when we say support, it's because we want to be independent. So thank you so much, Mr. Jima Moses, Mokibubu Alenkonsi. Oòduà gbè wá kò ní gbé ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Yoruba nation is non-negotiable regardless of whether Tinubu is in power or not. Thank you once again to everyone. We cannot bring anybody in again. I'm sorry. I will be joining. You'll probably be able to join me when I come out again. I'll try to go live again on the Twitter space when you will also be able to follow the program. I don't know what time, but like I said, when I go live, you automatically get the message. Thank you so much, everyone, and let's start closing all the broadcast. Bye for now. My name again is Olayomi Koiki. This is Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. It is the 24th day of August 2023, and the time now is 1300 hours. That means you did not join us on the backup channel. You were probably waiting for Koiki Media, but we were running this for 2 hours, 13 minutes on our backup channel called WD76 Media, Whiskey Delta 76. And on that note, a very good afternoon. Thank you so much to those of you that have also been able to send us some gift. I can see some of these gifts as well. Have a very good afternoon. Bye for now.
chairman ọmọ Oòduà rédíò àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn tí ó wà níkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà ló ń kà àwọn bíi bàbá wa emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye Professor Wande Abimbola Mr. Banji Ayiloge Dr. Abimbola Sonaike àti àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn míì tá a lè dárúkọ wọn tán ẹ má gbàgbé wípé láago 8 àṣálẹ́ inú agogo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti a ní ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò yìí àti ìwé tí bàbá wa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ tó mọ̀ gbéra sọ lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára Zoom ní o meeting ID 860-789-305-78 nígbà tí password sì jẹ́ 170737 tá ó sì máa ṣàfihàn ẹ̀ lórí Yorùbá World Media fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i tàbí fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá ní ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp wa látòrí +353-876-324-080 tàbí +234-803-542-7608 bákan náà ni ẹ lè pè +1-587-316-8295 níbi ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà rédíò tó ń bọ̀ yìí tó ń tìwé tí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ tán gbogbo ènìyàn lápè láì dẹ́nìkan sí.
Short deal is already a deal. To be precise, let me inform you as we anticipate to see you in attendance in the forthcoming one-day Yoruba World Youth Conference, tailored for Saturday, August 26, 2023, from 11 a.m. American Eastern Time, which is 4 p.m. UK and Yoruba time. Theme: the role and the voice of the youth to structure Yoruba nation. Holding globally via the Zoom network. Meeting ID 839-558-832. 92 and the passcode 790545. This one-day Yoruba World Youth Conference will be very remarkable and impactful in our struggle, as many high-profile worldwide personalities would be in attendance, ranking from Baba himself, Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, Yoruba national leader, also known as the Oracle of our time, Prophet Ayodele Ologunloluwa, youth leader in all diaspora from the United States, Comrade Oluwamayowa Umeyo, youth leader Yoruba land, and guest speakers include Honorable Dr. Isaac Okebionrosi, CPMO Director General, Dr. Tunde Amzat, Assistant Director from Yoruba land, Comrade Olayomi Koiki, aka White Lion from the United Kingdom, Mrs. Morenike Babington from Yoruba land, Comrade Anike Praise from Yoruba land, Comrade Kayode Emola, Assistant Director from United Kingdom, Mr. Babalola Dada from Yoruba land, and Engineer Chief Muda Dayo Ogunshola from the United States. We also want to inform the entire Yoruba youth globally on how to join the Yoruba Nation youth, especially those who have been aspiring to work and support this noble cause of liberation of Yoruba race, regardless of your location. You can contact youth leader to get registered free of charge. Don't forget, this one-day Yoruba Youth World Congress would be streamed live in all our platforms: Yoruba World Media, Omobori Owo Media, Koiki Media, Yeyedara Kowe TV, Yoruba Kingdom TV, and all other Yoruba Nation platforms. For more enquiry on this program or how to become a member, contact +234-703-717-3355 or contact Prophet Ayodele Ologunloluwa, the Diaspora Youth Leader, directly on +1-803-846-1116. Yoruba Nation Youth, these days dog chases the rabbit proficiently. Announcer Prophet Ayodele Ologunloluwa, youth leader in all diaspora for Yoruba Nation Youth.
ohun tó bá ti yá kan ò kì í pẹ́ mọ́. ní kúkúrú èdè ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń já yín sí. torí pé à ń retí ẹ̀yin pàápàá nínú ìjókòó ọjọ́ náà. ìyẹn nínú àpérò àpapọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá àgbáyé ọlọ́jọ́ kan tó ń bọ̀ yìí. One Day Yorùbá World Youth Conference tí ó wáyé lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta Sátọ̀dé ọjọ́ 16 oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2023. tákọlẹ̀ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ ipa àti ohùn ọ̀dọ́ fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ètò orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. The role and the voice of the youth to structure Yorùbá nation. bẹ̀rẹ̀ látago 11 òwúrọ̀ America Eastern Time tó ń jẹ́ agogo 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ ní UK àti agogo orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tíá lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára Zoom ni ó ti máa wáyé. Meeting ID 08039-558-83292 nígbà tí password sì jẹ́ 790545. One Day Yorùbá Youth Conference yìí máa fàmì ọ̀tọ́lẹ̀ ó dájú. Àwọn ìlú mọ̀ọ́ká gbàgbọ́ jọ̀gbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n gbogbo ni ó wà níkàlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí bàbá wa emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, Yorùbá Nation Leader aka Oracle of our time. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, Youth Leader in all diaspora láti USA. Comrade Olúwamáyọ̀wá Òmíyọ̀, Youth Leader láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Lára àwọn olùbánisọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ náà sì ni Honourable Dr. Isaac Òkèbíọ̀run-Òsì, CPMO Director General, Dr. Tunde Amsa, Assistant Director láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Káyọ̀dé Mola, Assistant Director láti UK. Comrade Olayomi Koiki aka White Lion láti UK. Mrs. Morenike Babintin láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Comrade Anike Praise láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Engineer Chief Muda Dayo Gúnṣọlá láti USA. Mr. Babalọlá Dàda láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Bákan náà láti ń fàkókò yìí sọ fún ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá gbogbo wípé àǹfààní sì sílẹ̀ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láti jẹ́ aṣojú tàbí ara wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ ẹ bá wà. Nítorí wípé afẹ́kọ́wọ́jà ìkárí ayé ní kò pẹ́ kò jìnnà. Ẹ lè darapọ̀ mọ́ àpérò yìí live lórí ìkànnì Yorùbá World Media, Ọmọborí Owó Media, Koiki Media, Yèyé Dárakọ̀wé TV, Yorùbá Kingdom TV àti gbogbo ìkànnì mìíràn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ sókè fún ìjàgbara ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i àbí tẹ́yìn pàápàá bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lẹ́yìnkéyìí ìlú tẹ́ ẹ bá wà. Ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp +234 703 717 3355 tàbí kẹ́ pè Prophet Ayọ̀délé tí wọ́n jẹ́ Youth Leader in all diaspora gan lórí +1 803 846 1116. Yorùbá Nation Youth Ajásẹ̀yìn ló mọ irun òsì yín lé. Ìkéde ń dé sí ti gbẹ́ látọwọ́ Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, Youth Leader in all diaspora lórúkọ gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá pátápátá.